Hey, it's Bill Gross, the LA probate expert, and I've been involved with Grant Cardone's program for quite a while. And I was really lucky to come across a guy who is a licensee whose business is really helping people who want to get involved with Grant Cardone's program, Mark Jean. And Mark, just want to say hi and introduce you to my tribe. So how you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great, Bill. Thank you for having me here and thank you for this opportunity.
Just a little background on you personally. Where'd you grow up and how'd you get into kind of this business?
So I grew up in Houston, Texas, and to kind of your average middle class family, and pretty much spent my whole life in Houston. Then went to school in Nashville, Tennessee. From Nashville, came to LA to pursue music and rode that roller coaster. And then from there, started a business in like 2012, maybe 2010, but officially 2012. And that's in the home automation industry. And so we, help people with technology in their homes, everything from home theater to security to networks to audio, video, anything technology into the homes. And then a few years ago, I came across Grant and his material and just getting involved in his community, getting involved in Cardone University, and just watching how that has had a great impact on me, my business. It's increased our sales by over 30% the past couple of years and still growing. And it's, and so just seeing that impact on me and my business, I want to be able to help others and share that, any way I can to encourage or inspire others.
I'll tell you how I came across Grant Cardone. I'm a real estate broker in Los Angeles in 2009 or 10, must have been 10. I would call expired listings. They're very standard real estate practices. There's listings that are listed, they don't sell, that you call up the owners and try to get them to relist with you. And I would call and talk to 40 people a day. So I'm calling 150, 200 people a day. I don't know who most of them are. And one day I get this, I pick up, make a phone call, and the guy picks up, and he says, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "No." He says, "I'm Grant Cardone," and I'm like, "Well, who the heck is Grant Cardone?" And I'm thinking, "No, I don't know." He goes, "Well, you should know who people are before you call them to sell them a product." And he hung up the phone on me, but he said it in a way that was very intriguing. He wasn't like mean. It was
Uh-huh.
like he was trying to coach me in that 10 seconds. And I Googled him and I saw his book. That at that time it was Sell or Be Sold. And I bought it on Amazon and I was just smitten. And then right after that 10X came out and I was just smitten. And I've been involved ever since on a personal level. So tell me about your journey with Grant. You say you reached out to him and it's changed your business. Talk about the specific steps or product or process you got involved with him and how that helped you.
Okay. Um, I
You're wearing a
initially,
10X hat. So it's
yes,
not the hat. It's not magic. It's not a magical hat, right?
no. So this is kind of interesting because I've always been interested in real estate as a way to create wealth. And because I've just seen that even through our clients, a lot of our clients have created wealth in real estate or they invest in real estate. And so I've always been interested in that. And one day online, I see this ad for how to create wealth investing in multifamily apartments from Grant Cardone. And it was a free book. And I thought, okay, I'll get the free book. And so in getting the free book, you get into their system. And I got the book, read the book, and I was like, wow, this is great. The information that he gave about investing in an apartment, how multifamily is a better way to invest than just buying a single home.
Yeah.
And it just kind of really changed my thought process. And then I started getting more things marketed to me about, the millionaire booklet and then Sell or Be Sold. And so I bought both of those and read those. And the more I read, it was just like kind of opening up my mind to going, man, that's why I've been stuck at this place for the past 6, 7 years and not breaking out of that. I felt like I just kept hitting this break point that I couldn't get past. And reading that book, that really helped me because it helped me figure out, who do I need to talk to, what, how to approach people in sales, what, the things that I needed to do to grow my business. And then from there, someone from Grant's office called me and asked me if I wanted to get on Cardone University and talk to me about that. And I thought, no, I'm not, that's fine. I'm good for now. Well, they kept calling, which is part of what you learn. And the sales process is the follow up. So I finally said, okay, I'll do this. And getting on Cardone University was one of those things that kind of helped accelerate, because it was a commitment to, committing to doing something every day. And even though it was just, 5-minute little videos, you're doing this 5 minute, you do 2 to 3 of those videos every day. And it just kind of helps accelerate where you want to go. And that's what really helped increase our sales, increase what was happening in our business. And not only just business, just personally, because I think whenever you start growing in one area, it starts affecting other areas of your life. And so that's how I got introduced into the 10X community.
You say that it affects other areas of your life, and I would say that it can or not. And there are coaches who along my path I saw have great business success and it ruined their marriages,
Mhm.
or great business success and they became less to me of the kind of person I wanted to be. And the thing about Grant that strikes me is two things. One is that I've seen him grow from somebody who I wasn't attracted to style wise, but I admired his logic and I admired his systems, to
Mhm.
a man working on himself to be the kind of person more like I'd like to be. He's really worked at, you can see, being more gracious, being more humble, being more reaching out to people in a way that's very attractive to me, wanting to improve my character, not just make money. And
Mhm.
second, to see him with his family, because there's so many coaches. I don't know if you've seen this, but I have. My first coach, not Zig Ziglar, was the example of walking the walk, and
Yeah.
since then, every other coach to me is pale in comparison. Divorces and just the nastiness about relationships, other parts of their life. And Grant's a guy who, the opposite, you can see his walk has been uh, elevating his family, growing, focusing on his family, and using that as impetus. And that's, I find that very exciting and very attractive as a process. So tell me about using this as a salesperson. There are people who I think get in a job and do it over time, but never really learn the mechanics of sales. Talk about Cardone University and how it provides, I think, a fundamental sales system for people who haven't been properly trained.
Well, Grant, as you know, is that's his whole background is sales
Right.
and marketing, and so that's what Cardone University is designed to do, to help you increase your sales, to help you get known, help you get out of obscurity. And uh, going through that process, you learn the whole sales process that he created, from everything from the introduction, the greeting, the introduction, to how you present your offer to them, how you close the deal, how you follow up. And so he takes you through all of these processes
Right.
until you finally close, because you can't service your clients, or you can't provide a service to them if you can't sell them a product or close the deal. Um, and they're going to buy from somebody. Why not you? And so he goes through that whole process in Cardone University, and how you can differentiate yourself from all the other people out there selling the same product, or even in different industries.
When I plug myself into a system, and I've plugged myself into the Cardone system as best I can, I look for two things. One, I want somebody who's done what I'm looking to do at a really high level. And
Mhm.
Grant came from car sales, where you have to, I imagine, sell more cars than we do houses to make the same income. But when you do something at a high unit count, you have to get good at it. You have to get efficient. You have to be
Mhm.
productive. And so his systems are really very productive, very efficient. And number two, I would say I want somebody who's still doing it. And when you go see Grant in person, like I have a few times now, he's just a big salesman. He's selling bigger stuff now. He's selling $10 million investments in his projects, and he's selling corporations on taking down, I'm sure, $1 million contracts for his product. But
Mhm.
he's at this core today a salesman, and to me that's exciting to be with him while he's on that journey still, not somebody telling me, well, this is what I did 10 years ago and it worked for me, and you should do that, but I don't want to do it anymore. That's not him at all. It's the opposite. He's just like the biggest salesman on the table.
It is. And he knows how to ask those questions. I mean, when you talk to him,
Yeah,
and I mean, he's always making you think, as
right.
far as when you're hesitant about doing something, or buying or investing in yourself. He'll ask you those hard questions. You know, if you invested $10,000, new and knowing that you could in 2 to 3 years turn that into 100,000, 200,000 or more, would you do it?
Right.
And so he's asking those questions going, okay, if I'm going to invest in myself, what's the return I may get out of this if I, commit to doing this? So he is constantly selling, and
Yeah.
it's encouraging to see, but he's leading by example too. So he's not teaching us something that he's not actively doing.
Every day, all day long. That's all he's doing all day long is
Yeah.
selling somebody something. And it's exciting to see and be part of. And I think the other thing that's true in my lifetime of all great coaches, I'm on a swim team, the largest adult swim team in America, and our coach is a former Olympian. What's true about it is he wants me to make my times more than I do. And I think a great coach wants you to succeed. And you can see in Grant, he really wants to bring people with him. He really wants to see people succeed at all levels. He wants the
Mhm.
starter to get there, and he wants the guy to come up to make it, and he wants the guy who's came up a lot to double or triple or 10 times their business. So that's exciting. So Mark, we're really privileged to have you on Friday, May 6th in Diamond Bar. I'll put up on the screen here kind of a preview of what the event looks like. So I'll give our people listening to this just kind of maybe a hint at if they're going to come on that Friday event at the Holiday Inn in Diamond Bar. It's a free event for people in our network if you're invited. We also have another speaker, Sam Polito, who's going to talk about real estate auctions, kind of a tactic that you might use in the system. But give us just kind of a high-level overview. What might somebody get by coming and hear you on Friday, May 6th? We have a chance to go a little deeper.
So I'm going to talk about what it takes to go beyond being average to becoming great. And so I'm going to talk about 3 things that you need to do in order to make that happen. So it's real simple. It's nothing complicated. It doesn't require anything special to be anything special. So that's basically what I'm going to talk about, or just, what it takes to become great at what you do.
Great. Well, I look forward to hearing it. That's why we invited you, and to also help get people plugged in the Grant Cardone system. Annabelle and I both have been going down to Miami every couple of months to be involved with some events personally, and we're looking to network with more people down there to make it more effective for all of us. And I'll also say, just full disclosure, I'm also an investor in Cardone Capital. One of the ways I make money in real estate to invest money to work for me, and one of the places I've done that have been the multifamily investments at Cardone Capital. And while Mark's not going to talk about that, when you get involved in the Grant Cardone system, you're not going to talk about it, I don't believe. That's like a separate division.
No, but
Right.
I am too an investor in Cardone Capital.
So a great opportunity. And so I think it's one of the things that when you go to Florida, you'll get a chance to see more detail and you'll see the team. So look forward to seeing you guys on Friday, May 6th, 9 to 12 at the Holiday Inn in Diamond Bar. It's a beautiful venue. We were there last month and we had a great event. We're looking to do it again with Mark helping us. Mark, thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.